So obviously, judging on this chapter, you feel like there's power in taking inventory and owning your story. Do you want to explain this challenge and why it's so important?
Well, I realized so all this stuff made me so weak because it's how I looked at it. I looked at it that I had a jacked up foundation. I looked at it that my mom became, my dad took her soul. And so as you'll read further and further on, that my mindset was controlling my destiny. When you have a poopy pants type of mentality and this happened to me and that happened to me and woe is me, and you're kicking rocks down the street with your head down versus looking at this, and you have to find power. You have to find power in everything negative in your life. You have to do that. So by you writing this stuff down, by you owning it, this is now a part of your life, whether you like it or not. So if that's a fact, if it's a fact that this is now a part of my life, whether I like it or not, you better go ahead and start liking it. You better find power within your own story. You better look at your story, if it's a bad one, as, hey, motherfucker, you can't hurt me. Whatever that may be, you better start owning that and flipping and start saying to yourself, yeah, there's a lot of people out here who might have had a better life than you, and they may have a little bit of a head start on life than what you had. But that should be very powerful, for you or anybody else. Why is that powerful? I can tell you why. Because from that right there alone, you can start slowly catching these people, realizing where you come from, realizing the pain you endured, the suffering you endured. If you were bullied, if you have a bad family, whatever, you have to use this and flip the negative upside down and find positive power to fuel you forward. Stop kicking a rock down the road, own it, and make it a part of your life.
As if the survival through a trying experience, experience where you suffered, if you survive that right there, that's power, right? I mean, you can use it to continue to push you further.
That's right. And it's a lot more than surviving. You want to thrive. You want to be that person who was given a fucked up deck of hand, just a fucked up hand.
Yeah.
And that person says, okay, you know what? I have a bunch of 2s and 3s. There's a card game called War. And in War, what happens is you want to have the highest cards. One person flips over a card, and then you flip over a card. The highest card wins. I looked at my life at this time as having a bunch of 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, maybe 110. And having that messed up hand, if you can still win the game of war, that gives you a ton of power. So it's about more than survival. It's about thriving in a situation that most people think is impossible for you to be truly amazing.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you're laying out. You had a bad hand. You were the at-risk youth. You had all the excuses. The chapter 1 is your list of excuses. You could have packed it in.
That's right. I should have been a statistic. I should have been a statistic, which is the beauty of it all. That's the power of it all. People start seeing where I gauge my power is from the crap I lived in. There's so much power in this crap that we live in that people just don't look at it that way. But it's just a powerful thing that we can harness if we know how to look at it the right way. We have to learn how to look at it the right way, and looking at it the right way is owning it first.
But it would be a little while before you were able to fully start to harness it in any productive way.
100%. It's a long time coming. It's a long time coming.
And just a quick word on why you decided to include challenges in your book.
Well, the thing about it is you have to have something that you can look at and say, okay, how can I fix this part of my life? And like we talk about, everything in life is about repetition. How, Sister Catherine, I thought for sure there was no way in hell I was going to ever even pass the 2nd grade. But Sister Catherine taught me one thing. Through reps, you have to put the repetition in. And these challenges are doing exactly that. A lot of people, they do something once and they give up on it. This is something that you have to do every single day of your life. You have to hold yourself at this standard. It can't be something you do every now and then, and then you get tired of it and you move on. This is a discipline. Right now, challenge 1 is starting the road down self-discipline. No one is going to come to help you. No one's coming to save you. All that crap is now yours. You have to develop, the key word there is self-discipline. And that's how you're going to overcome every single challenge of your life. This is challenge 1 that I'm giving you in my book. Tons of you have tons of challenges that you're facing every day, but it comes to repetition and self-discipline.
So you set up a kind of a protocol to be able to, and some of these challenges the reader can go back to over and over again whenever they have trouble. And the idea is to go through these challenges to develop the discipline and the mental toughness to push forward and to progress in their lives. Exactly.
It's all about progressing. If you're not moving forward, either you're getting better or you're getting worse. If you're telling somebody, oh, I'm about the same, that means you're getting worse. These challenges are also, they're huge. And, I wrote this book, I'm my own hero. And what that's all about is, we live our lives. We look up to so many people. Maybe you look up to a golfer or a scientist or a basketball player, whatever. These people, normal people, we are all normal people. We will all, someone will always let you down. Bottom line. So the whole thing about this is these challenges are here for you to be your own hero. I don't want you to look up to me. Hopefully somewhere in here, I'm not trying to be your hero. I am not. I want you to get these challenges, flip these challenges upside down, make these challenges work for you so then you can be your own hero and start seeing yourself the way, you were here to be seen.
I love that. It's very much in line with the way humans have always told each other stories and finding the hero story, because within the hero story is a message for you. For you to not only tell your story, but then to give a framework for people to then do that for themselves. I think that's really empowering, and that's one of the reasons I'm super excited to be reading this book and working on it with you.
Well, I think the biggest takeaway through this whole book will always be coming back to the individual. I want the individual to always know that this isn't about me. Yeah, you are reading my life. You are reading my life. When I say can't hurt me, I want everybody out there to take that as their own. So just understand that you need to be your own hero. So that's where it all starts at, right there.